So Manny is one of the final characters you unlock in No Return, and I have to say I can see why they left him for last. He is definitely a bit of a tank and has a very sort of guns blazing type of playstyle, which makes him very solid to play as. So today we're going over the ultimate Manny guide for No Return. Now Manny's playstyle is defined as Armory, which like I just said, he is very guns blazing, so that is a very good description. He starts off with the hunting pistol and a semi-auto rifle, which compared to pretty much every other character is absolutely insane. Those are both very solid weapons. Most other characters only get like the regular semi-auto pistol. The hunting pistol is a one-shot kill at pretty much any range. So those are both some very solid weapons to start out with. In terms of his traits, they are that he gets 50% more parts for upgrading your weapons. He also has 150% max health, which is essentially like every other character has 100 HP, whereas he has 150, which is absolutely tanky as hell. He also then gets the semi-auto rifle ammo recipe, meaning that you can craft your own ammo, which is very handy as well. And then he also gets the munitions upgrade branch. On the flip side though, he doesn't actually start off with the health kit recipe like everyone else. So yes, he gets a bit more HP, but that does unfortunately come at a cost. Now, like I just mentioned, the hunting pistol is absolutely OP. It is pretty much a guaranteed one-hit kill from any range unless it is a tankier enemy. But yeah, pretty much any enemy that is just a regular, even at super long range, you are going to one-hit kill them. And I've even had times where there are enemies with like the, bulletproof vests on and stuff. You shoot them in the arm and it still one-hit kills them. So this thing is absolutely insane, and it is definitely crucial when it comes to playing as Manny. It is also very much worth doing the dead drops with Manny, as the more weapons that you have, the more ammo you have, and the more ammo you have, the more survivability by being able to pretty much just mow down enemies, since you obviously don't have medkits to tank damage and then heal up later. So seeing as his playstyle is defined as Armory, you definitely want to get as many weapons as you can, and one of the best ways to do that is just completing those dead drops. You'll either get a weapon from the dead drop itself, or on the flip side, you may get a recipe for like the trap mine, for example, which might not immediately be that useful, but then that is going to remove it from the trading post, just increasing your chances of actually getting a weapon in the trading post. Now, before we go any further, if you guys are enjoying the video, be sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on those notifications. This is the final character guide for No Return. I've already done all 9 of the other characters, so be sure to go and check those out so you aren't missing out on any No Return guides. Now, something else that is worth doing as Manny is buying medkits at the trading post, since you obviously can't make them. This is never really worth it with any other characters because obviously you can just craft your own, so why would you spend money on them? But this is absolutely crucial for Manny, and it is essentially something you have to do or else you will just not make it through your runs. With that being said, it is only worth buying 1 per encounter in the early stages and kind of just saving your currency for later on when you might need them a little bit more. He is tanky enough in the early stages that you should be able to kind of just survive off only 1 medkit. So yeah, if you see them in the trading post early, definitely get 1, maybe even 2, so that you can kind of heal up and then still have 1 spare for those really sticky situations. But I don't think it's worth buying 3 immediately because you might make it through those early stages. And for example, there may be those medkits that you can just find in the map itself, at which point you could have just gotten that one for free, but instead you've spent your currency on it. So save them early on, just try and get 1 or 2, and then save your currency for later when you may definitely need more than just 1. Now, Manny is also really good at hand-to-hand combat because of the extra HP that he has. It kind of feels like you just have more time to win those fights compared to everyone else with less health. So he is very good at that hand-to-hand combat, especially if you can get yourself some sort of weapon that obviously like an axe or something that's going to be a 1-hit kill or at most a 2-hit kill, because yeah, that is going to make you an absolute tank, and all of the enemies that are rushing you, they're going to have to do their absolute best to deal any damage to you, seeing as you are so much tankier than every other character. Now, in terms of his upgrades, what I will say is that the munitions upgrade path, which is the one that he starts with, is definitely worth upgrading if you can. It essentially gives you the ability to create hunting pistol ammo and then incendiary shotgun rounds, which is very crucial for later on, as well as the other 2 tiers giving you the ability to just create and carry more. So once again, this just adds to your ammo capabilities. Like I mentioned earlier, the more ammo you have, that is definitely better for surviving. If you run out of ammo, you're going to have to fight in hand-to-hand combat, and even though I just said he's good at it, that is not something you want want to be doing when you're low health with no medkits. Like I mentioned too, the hunting pistol is absolutely cracked in this game, so being able to craft ammo is only going to make you even stronger. The more ammo you have for that hunting pistol, the better you're going to be, simply because that thing, like I said, is pretty much guaranteed to be a one-hit kill, and if you can pretty much just create unlimited ammo, then you are going to be very, very solid as Manny. In terms of another upgrade path though, the survival upgrade path is worth trying to get if you can find it. You can see it on your run path with this big medic icon, and the final tier causes your health kits to restore 50% more health, which is absolutely clutch for Manny, as obviously you do have a bigger health pool to fill up compared to most other players. So a regular med kit for Manny isn't quite as useful as it is for the other characters, if that makes sense. Plus it obviously just helps in general since you have less med kits in the first place, so filling up more health is obviously going to be very, very crucial since you can't just make unlimited med kits. Now what I will also say is that if you guys can get your hands on the double barrel shotgun, it is absolutely worth upgrading this and kind of just maxing it out if you can, because like I said, if you do upgrade the munitions upgrade path, you can craft incendiary ammo for it, and this thing is absolutely clutch for bosses or just those harder enemies. Having a fully upgraded shotgun that can also shoot incendiary rounds is going to be super, super clutch, and that thing is probably one of the best weapons in the game. You can even just destroy bloaters with that thing. So try and get your hands on that double barrel shotgun, try and max it out as well, and it's actually one of the skins you can unlock is fully maxing out a weapon. The shotgun only has 3 things to upgrade, so that is also just a really good way to unlock that skin for Manny. Now with that being said, realistically it is actually just worth upgrading anything that you can due to getting 50% more parts compared to everyone else. The stronger that your weapons are, the more that buys into your playstyle as Manny. He definitely relies a lot less on stealth than pretty much every other character in the game, so max out those weapons if you can, because I feel like with Manny you definitely use your weapons more than you do with everyone else. I pretty much never ever find myself playing stealthily with Manny, which means that you need to be relying on those weapons more, not only having a lot of ammo, but they need to be dealing a lot of damage too. Overall, Manny is a really good character. He has a lot more of like a gung-ho style than everyone else, so if you do enjoy the gunplay in this game rather than a stealthy approach, then I dare say Manny is going to be your go-to. He is definitely a fun change of pace compared to everyone else, and I think he is probably one of the better characters in the game. But that is it for some of the best tips and tricks when it comes to playing as Manny. If you guys have any other tips of your own, be sure to leave them down in the comment section. And like I said, this is the final guide in the series, so all of the other 9 characters are already done. Be sure to go and check those ones out as well. With that being said, thank you all very much for watching. You guys have a great day, and I'll catch you all in the next one.